Surrounded by the bustle of Piazzale Donatello is a graveyard rich in history. Not a common stop for most locals or tourists, it is an important landmark of the history of the expatriate presence in Florence. The large iron gates leading to the gatehouse are the entrance to the Cimitero Protestante di Porta a Pinti. Of Swiss property still today, the cemetery was constructed in 1827 as a burial place for expatriate men and women who died in Florence. Between 1827 and 1877, more than 1,400 graves were built, representing 16 different nations, including more than 700 British, 400 Swiss, 80 North Americans, 80 Italians, 50 Russians, Polish, and Hungarians. In addition to these, there are 700 tombs. Poets such as Elizabeth Barrett Browning, Arthur Clough, Walter Savage Landon, and Theodore Parker, an American preacher, are among the buried. The current library archive of the cemetery was once the house of Beatrice and Claude Shakespeare. It recently applied to become a UNESCO Memory of the World site. The popular name English Cemetery arose from the predominance of English among the Protestants in Florence at the time and the large number of English-speaking people buried here. The last burial was held here in 1877. After the demolition of the Porta Pinti and the city walls, it was illegal, according to Napoleonic code, to have a place of burial inside the town. Following this, the cemetery was neglected for 130 years. In 1997, the city of Florence approved 500 new burial plots for ashes or small caskets of bones. The cemetery reopened, albeit in a state of disrepair. It wasn't until recently that it began to be restored, largely thanks to the work of scholar and custodian Julia Bolton Holloway. This place definitely makes one intriguing stop during a stay in Florence. It is a cemetery full of history and interesting gravestones, tombs, and mausoleums. A buried secret of interesting places to visit here in Florence.